Let's listen to the subject matter expert on how industries and technologies are converging and disrupting at the same times.
Telecom has unleashed internet technologies. Internet technology has unleashed cloud technologies. Cloud technologies has unleashed convergence and digital technologies. Everything is now reduced to 0 and 1. This has huge implications on people both as consumers of services and supplier of services and goods. Take for example, banking industry. If I don't have to travel to the bank, I use internet, what happens to the physical infrastructure of the banks? What happens to the people who are manning the physical banks? What happens to people who don't have to travel to banks? What happens to the transportation industry? What happens to the government taxes? What happens to the road traffic? What happens to the automobile industry? Well, it's good for the environment, it's not necessarily good for the other industries. If you take the other side as consumer of banking services, I don't need to write checks, I don't need to visit the banks. I can do my transactions any time of the day, from any place. So the whole concept of physical presence is becoming irrelevant. Convergence is disrupting all industries and consumers without exception. How do we deal with this future of convergence? What it means for work? What does it mean to the consumer? What does it mean to the supplier of services? Unfortunately, past historical data and experiences are of not much use, and we need to think differently to imagine the future. That is to be more on intuition, what the customer wants and what are his unmet demands, and absolutely focused on the future paradigms.